morning, friends and members and guests. I bring a lot of joy in my heart this morning to this service of worship. This last weekend, I was privileged to be with a number of people from our church and from around the Rocky Mountain Conference of the United Church of Christ. And we were able to hear our General Minister and President, the Reverend Dr. John Dorhauer, speak around issues that greatly bring passion to us here in the United Church of Christ. And one of the messages he shared and that I faithfully bring back to each and every one of you is that our United Church of Christ is beautiful. There are so many churches out in this country and in the world doing amazing, beautiful things in the name of God, creating community, doing justice, praying and walking humbly, doing kindness. John Dorhauer's main message this weekend was one about how God envisions a world in which you matter. That our church here exists because of you and your work and your life and your love and your brokenness and your healing in this world. You matter. And this is a world that God has created and loves and is still creating. I was thinking about the second half of this scripture reading this morning, where Jesus is talking to the people that are gathered before him, the commoners, the fishermen, the people of the economy. They're gathered to hear Jesus say some good words about faith and justice. And Jesus turns after saying how we're all salt and light, which is a part of the scripture that I really love and enjoy. And he goes down this different direction where he says, as a warning, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. That maybe comes as a shock or a surprise, because isn't that what Jesus came to do, to talk about doing greater things, talking about the unjust rules and regulations of the Pharisees and the religious leaders of his time? He says, I've not come to abolish, but to fulfill. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of a letter will pass from the law until all is accomplished. And he goes on to say how if you can't do that, you're not going to enter into heaven. And that's something for us as United Church of Christ congregants. We get a little uncomfortable, a little squirmy in our seats, not getting into heaven. What does that mean, Jesus? Well, we need to go back to what Jesus says is the law. And I think that's important. Jesus says that the summation of the law is this: to love the Lord your God with all your soul, and all your heart, and all your mind, and to love your neighbor. That's the law Jesus is talking about. Not the 613 edifices that are carved out in Exodus and Leviticus and Numbers and Deuteronomy and the Ten Commandments. Jesus is talking about love of God with your whole being, and love of your neighbor as yourself. I think those are things that certainly get us to heaven. Those are things Jesus lifts up and celebrates. In the beginning of all that was possible, God created this world. And at the end of each of the segmented periods of time that God made into day and night, God looked at what had been created and called it good. Genesis chapter 1, verse 18. With this, God offered to the whole of creation and to us as created beings a blessing. This, my friends, is the nature of things, that we are good and blessed, and that this world is good and blessed, and that our beginning is marked by a God who loves us greatly. And I'm glad to say that this is also the end of things as well. Going back to Jesus' statement that you will not enter heaven unless you can do the law of loving. For the God who created us out of love will reconcile through love all that has been created, no matter its capacity for brokenness, sin, and debts, and trespasses. God will reconcile all of that to God's own self because love wins. We cannot escape this truth and deny, even to our own selves, the love and graciousness that God has bestowed upon us from the very beginning. If we do deny that, we in turn deny God's goodness and God's very own nature. We can't, who are we to tell God what God can and cannot do? I've been witness to this goodness and to the beauty of this life that God has granted to me and to us as a community. And I believe that we are created beings given freedom to wander and experiment and explore, which at times will lead us to places of pain and brokenness. And through that, God works with us to seek in holy love to save all from aimlessness. That is the work of healing, salvation. The word Savior and salve and salvation comes from salve, which means to heal. God's goal in this world is to heal us through great, great love. What I love about all of this is that in God creating us to be good, God began with the earth and with the light. And we, as Jesus proclaims this morning in our text, are salt of the earth. And we are light for the world. Just take a minute and wrap your mind around that. I believe Jesus is pointing us in a direction that is teaching us about our own humanity and our own capacity for divinity. Being salt of the earth means that we have saltiness, we're bold, we have flavor, we're individuals. Each and every single one of you carries saltiness. When I was a young man, I went out to Italy, traveling outside of the country for the first time, and I remember our first meal. We sat down, and this Italian waiter came out of the kitchen with this big tray and had breadsticks and pasta and veal and fruits and vegetables and laid it at our table and poured wine. And together with many of my classmates who were traveling with me at the time on a choir tour, enjoyed this feast set before us. And by the end of the night, we were sharing stories, we were diving deeply into relationship. To the point where we got up and we spontaneously started singing some of our choir pieces that we had brought with us to perform in some of these great cathedrals. It was wonderful. It was delicious. When I got back home from being in Italy, my culinary tastes changed. I was cooking with all sorts of spices. I got an Italian cookbook just to learn how to make handmade pizza. And the secret of the pizza is not in the dough, it's in the sauce and the salt and the spices that bring that sauce to life. I want you to think, I had our youth hand out some things for you this morning. I want you to pull out one of those slips of paper. And I'm going to give you a little homework assignment here. I want you to think about a recipe that you love or that changed your life, changed the world, the way that you see the world. Think of your, maybe it's your favorite food. Something that you always go back to and want to make over and over. I want you to start writing down those ingredients. Don't forget the spices. Think about what that is. How might you go about putting that together? Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to talk a little bit about something else here. That's the part where Jesus is talking about the light. You are the light of the world. And Jesus says some really amazing things. Jesus says that a city on a hill is seen by everyone. It's way up there. It is visible. And likewise, a light cannot be put under something, like a bushel, a basket. That would defeat the purpose of the light. It would hide the light and make it disappear. Rather, by putting your light up on a pedestal for all to see in your community, in your home, to let your light boldly shine. Now he says this and links it directly to being salt of the earth, and his phrase that he uses while he's talking about salt of the earth, that says that if the salt loses its flavor, it's not good anymore. And those two together create this paradigm that I really want you to sit with. You exist in a world in which you matter. Your salt matters. Your light matters. You cannot take the taste of salt out of the salt. I was trying to think about that this morning. Have I ever had tasted salt that wasn't salt? No. I cannot take away your essential being of who you are. Our community, our enemies, the people we fear cannot take away your essential nature, your saltiness, who you really are. That is yours. It will always be with you. And so this phrase that Jesus has used, where he says salt loses its taste, it's not good anymore, that really confused the people who were listening, because they all knew that salt doesn't lose its taste. It always remains salty. Likewise, God created us good. We will always remain good. We will always turn back toward God. Remember those promises set at the very beginning. I hope you had a little bit of time to write down those recipes. I want you to look around the room, and I want you to find a spot in this room in which the light hits you, your eyes, in excess. Where's that spot in the room where the light is just overwhelming? I want you to follow where that light is. Think about what it is that you see. Where's that sacred space that God's light is breaking forth in you this morning, today? What is it teaching you about yourself and your capacity for goodness and love? When I was driving back from the conference the other day, we came over the mountains, and there's this time of day where the sun is setting in the west, and it's coming right at you. And there was this moment where I was coming over the mountains, and I saw the glare of the sun set hitting my windshield, and I was kind of afraid that it was going to really make things difficult for me because there was so much in excess. And instead, what I sat with and was thinking about was how glorious and beautiful and awe-inspiring that sunset was. How it was teaching me something about my capacity to be good in this world and to love. And that sunset, and the flavor that we put in our food, that's us. You are salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. And Jesus says, you matter. Don't ever lose your saltiness. Don't ever hide your light. Because it's going to lead you and us into into the world that we want to live in. A world in which we all love God with our hearts and our souls, our minds, every fiber of our being. And we love our neighbor just the same. In the beginning, God created the world. God made the earth and the salt. God made the light. He called it good. And so we go forward in that same spirit. Amen.